You're listening to Speaking Stellar Girl with Teri Nisha, an interview series that inspires women to live their most stellar life. Teri is the co-founder of the Stellar Girl movement, and she is sitting down with women all over the world to hear about the key moments in their lives and how they live boldly, compassionately, and ultimately became a stellar girl.
Welcome to Speaking Stellar Girl. I'm your host, Teri Nisha, and I'm thrilled today to have Nisha Grewal joining me. Nisha is the founder and CEO of Ambari Beauty. A forever entrepreneur, Nisha realized she needed to be the one to bring a high-performance skincare line to the market for all consumers. A skincare line that can transform and work effectively even after one treatment. I can't wait to dive in on how her research of smart adaptogens, broad spectrum oils, and high concentrations of acid led Ambari into the powerhouse brand that it is today. I am so thrilled that you're joining me from Vancouver, Canada, my hometown. So welcome, Nisha, and I can't wait to hear about your journey.
Hi, Teri. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm super excited to speak with you.
Thank you. And so a fellow Canadian, I love it. I've had women from all over the world, but not yet a Canadian. So I'm excited to speak with you. So you're in Vancouver, my favorite city in the world.
Yes, I'm in Vancouver, which is my favorite city in the world as well.
Go ahead.
No, no, I was just going to say, I know you had mentioned prior to our call that you had lived here and now you're in the United States. Yeah, no, we definitely live in a beautiful, beautiful city. We're so lucky to be here.
I know. Do you get to see the mountains and the ocean every day or?
I do. We are very much so blessed with that landscape.
Yeah.
Mountains.
And
water.
the weather's not bad there. I mean, sometimes you get a little snow and rain, but I'll take it.
The weather, yeah. I mean, I think it could be a little bit better right now. It's rainy, it's cold. But we do get all 4 seasons. We had a great summer.
Yeah.
And now I'm just waiting for the snow.
I know. Just wait. Did you get up to Whistler or a lot back home?
Yeah, I'll be actually in Whistler every weekend this season from January to April. My son's in ski school there. So
oh my God,
without a doubt, Friday to Sunday from January to April, I'll be in Whistler.
I am jealous, but super excited. Yeah. I'm super excited. I know I can't wait to go back and see my family up there. So looking forward to that. So let's get started on how you came from, I mean, your family was, and you were born here in Canada.
Yes.
And so you just decided you were going to med spas, and were you working at one or were you just going to them and seeing that the treatments weren't working? And that's how you ingeniously came up with this type of high luxurious skincare line.
Yeah, no. So just, rewinding a bit, growing up, taking care of my skin was a really big thing. Growing up, my mother made sure that our skin was always cleansed and clean, using any natural remedies that she could, sort of whip up.
Yes.
I'm Indian, so in our culture, we have lots of adaptogens that we use, not only in our cooking, but also in our hair or on our skin. And she used to make turmeric paste.
Yes.
And do that maybe like once a week.
Okay.
On our face. She would put like amla oil in our hair, and just any sort of natural ways to, remove any impurities. The oil in the hair, in Indian culture, it's more so like making your hair thicker, longer, luscious, glow.
Yes.
So she was definitely all for that growing up. And fast forward when I started wearing makeup, you really had to take care of your skin.
Yes.
You really had to remove the makeup off your skin, ensure that it's nice and clean before you went to sleep. And what I noticed is living in Vancouver, all 4 seasons.
Yes.
There's periods of time where you do have dry skin.
Very.
You have a little bit more of an oily skin. And I would follow skincare routines to the T. For example, there would be certain skincare lines that say use all 6-7 products for 30 days, and then you would see results after 35. As I became a lot busier, this was a lot for me to just stick by, and I just stopped doing it. Therefore, I would not see any results. And when I started seeing a facialist, I noticed that when I would walk out, I would see instant results. I would see my skin was glowing, any sort of breakouts were treated,
Yes.
and I would reap those rewards for the next week or so. And same thing when I would go get like a chemical peel from a derm's office.
Mhm.
And I found that, the results that you see instantly, especially for people who don't have time and have busy schedules to be able to stick to long skincare routines,
Yes.
it provides so much confidence when you see the best version of yourself, especially naturally with your skin.
Yes.
And there's a lot of skin ailments that are, very prominent. And I wanted to basically sort of bottle all of this up and all the research that I've done and provide that to customers and clients that who are super busy and who want to see instant results.
Yes.
Resurfaced, exfoliated, glowing skin the next morning.
Mhm.
So that's sort of how we began this journey.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So how long ago when did you guys launch?
So we launched in February, actually, just this past February, 2021.
Congratulations.
Thank
That
you.
is super exciting. And it's luxurious. I mean, it's high quality. The price reflects the product. And I know that there are some, good skincare lines out there that you can buy that are, but this is upper level. Like, you are on such an amazing path. I'm so proud that you're a Canadian as well, and you've been able to find a cosmeceutical company that blended all of these ingredients. So let's talk about the ingredients that make your brand stand out from others, because obviously I'm not a skincare expert. I would love to hear about, like, what ingredients do you have in your products that create that glow, that instant transformation?
Yeah. So when we launched with 2 products, and they currently are our most resurfacing exfoliative products. That is our PM Active 12 serum and our Gold Profection 22 mask. And when we launched these 2 products, the basis of our ingredients were smart adaptogens, clinical actives, and broad spectrum CBD. And the reason that we chose these 3 ingredients is in resurfacing products per se, the smart adaptogens go into your skin.
Okay.
They remove any environmental stressors and bring your skin up to a healthy state and a balanced pH level. And what I mean by that is, when you see skin that's sort of like yellowing or like just irritated, we found that when we put specific adaptogens into this formula, it removed that. It, assisted with any sort of irritations that skin had. And this could also be from pollution or even any sort of environmental stressors. And in our exfoliative products, we then put in high levels of actives. Now, in our serum, we have a 12% AHA PHA blend. So the adaptogens have brought your skin up to a nice healthy pH.
Okay.
Then the actives in this serum, which is 12% AHA PHA, can go and do their work.
Okay.
And so
you need them both.
Yes. So the pH is very important because when you are, say super dry and super sensitive, the last thing you want to go do is put on exfoliative products or high levels of actives, because that's just going to irritate the skin. So that's why the adaptogens sort of prep the skin for the actives.
Okay.
And now in our serum, we needed to put in an ingredient that when the actives are doing their work, you need an ingredient in there that mitigated any sort of sensitivities, redness, any other sensitivities that are caused by using high levels of actives. And during our research, we found that when we put in broad spectrum CBD, it did just that. And the biggest thing for us was we wanted to make sure when we put an ingredient in that helped the irritation or the redness from the actives, we wanted to ensure that it didn't neutralize the acids. So this is really important because it's like putting, water to a fire. And you want to make sure that the water is put at the right time on the skin. So it's hydrating the skin at the right time,
Okay.
in the sense that it's not stopping the actives from completing their work.
Got it.
Does
Okay.
that, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
it's
basically,
complicated, but you made a lot of sense talking about it, because it's when you read about it, you don't exactly know.
yes, yes. So that's sort of our modern blend, and that's in the serum. So
Okay.
basically, adaptogens prep your skin. Actives, in this case, in this product, it's resurfacing actives, can go and exfoliate. And then the CBD combats any sort of sensitivities that you would get from such high active products, which in tune allows a lot more skin types to use the product.
Use it. Yes, like a broad spectrum. We can all use it, if whether we have combination, oily, dry, both. Yeah, that's fantastic. So we have a lover of your skincare line in common, Dr. Dendi Engelman.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
she was on Speaking Stellar Girl as well.
Amazing.
And
Yes.
yeah, she raves about your mask. And so does Forbes, Shape. I mean, you've been covered, I mean, it's been everywhere. I mean, and we're even talking now, like Kourtney Kardashian is a fan of your skincare line. So tell me about Poosh and how you guys got in touch and how that collaboration entered into fruition.
Absolutely. So we launched in February 2021. Actually, that was a delayed launch. We were supposed to launch a lot earlier. And obviously, with the unprecedented times that we're in with COVID, we had to do a lot of pushback. We had a lot of supply chain issues. I mean, that's just one payment. There was a lot of things that were being delayed. And so when we launched, actually, we launched exclusively with Neiman Marcus and shortly after Bergdorf's.
Amazing. And that's amazing in itself too. Those high-end retailers. Okay, go on.
Okay. And so when we launched in February, soon after we started, gifting influencers, celebrities, tastemakers, and we gifted the Poosh team, and they all loved the product. And that's how the conversation began. Poosh has their own rigorous checklist of, what needs to sort of be checked off to see if they will align with that brand. And so, it was definitely amazing to hear that when we gifted them and Kourtney the products, that they fell in love. And now we're here. So we're in a partnership with them until the end of the year.
I love that. And how was the event in September?
It was great. We did a Poolside with Poosh event in Kourtney Kardashian's backyard, where there were, the family was there, and some of their really key close friends and other family members as well. And yeah, no, it was great. It was a very intimate event. There was no press. I think everyone was able to really be themselves.
Yes.
Especially with it being such a smaller guest list, in the sense that everyone felt at home. And it was nice because it was like a spa retreat. The guests got to try our products. We had celebrity facialists actually performing nice facials with lymphatic drainage massages on the celebrities. So it was
fantastic. Well, that is absolutely, that's lovely. I love that. So you said, your launch was pushed back due to, many factors, including COVID and backups with production chains. But, how long did it take you to get this idea? So you had this idea, you put all these ingredients together, and then of course, no one talks about this, but packaging. Where do the tubes come from? Where do the pumps come from? All of that goes into it. And someone sees a pretty bottle on a shelf at Neiman's or Bergdorf's, and they're like, okay, no one thinks about, how much time that also takes. So how was that process for you and your team?
It was rigorous.
Yes.
It's, during a time where actually, when I started this in 2019, it was different because we didn't know what was going to happen in the future. We didn't think the world was going to shut down.
Correct.
So, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, I would say, and I think every little thing I have to see. I have to see it through, if that makes sense.
Of course, yes.
We had hired a design creative agency to help help us out with our packaging. And at the end of the day, I just knew what I wanted. So our relationship, we weren't seeing eye to eye in that, to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm going to design this bottle. I'm going to design the packaging. I'm going to design the outer carton. I'm going to do it all, to the point where I was literally on the phone with our digital person to say, listen, the font needs to move a little bit up. This needs to come down. I need to scrub this. Like, it was to that detail.
Yes.
And so for me, I feel that's so rewarding to see now on shelves, because the process was so intricate. It was so detailed that I had my opinion sort of in every aspect of this company, which I feel is truly the way to do it, to really understand what you're going to embark on. You really need to know all aspects of the industry that you're going to be a part of, for you to really get a grasp of, how to run it. So packaging, you know what, it was actually one of my favorite parts. I loved
me too.
Designing it, seeing it come to life, coming down the line, like that was all so rewarding. Yeah. And then, I think that the biggest thing for me is, like, you sort of become a mini expert in a whole bunch of different industries.
Isn't it fun to learn a new skill set?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think I've learned so much in the past almost 3 years, where from logistics to shipping to, making sure everything gets on a boat and is traveling. Is the boat okay? And then there's a holdup at the port, and just everything. And I guess people really don't see that unless you're in it, like yourself, as you've thought.
Yeah, and it's very true. But it's so, I mean, people see all these products there, but like no one realizes how they get there. And that's why I love talking to all the creators. And not only are you the CEO, founder, and created these amazing products and created a skincare line, but you've also been involved with every step of the way. Like, you're not just like putting your name on a t-shirt. Like, this is your heart and your passion. And that's what we all are all about at Stellar Girl. So that is so awesome. I absolutely love it. Are you guys in Holt's up there, Holt Renfrew?
We're not in Canada just yet.
Okay.
We are just in the US. We are actually looking to expand internationally in the new year. So there'll be some fun and exciting news coming up with that.
I will stay tuned, and I can't wait to hear that. So we at Stellar Girl talk a lot about championing other women. We support, we inspire. That's all we want to do is build our community with other entrepreneurs like yourself. And so how can we better do that these days? Like your team, I'm sure there's women on your team, your mom, your family, your Stellar girlfriends. So who has inspired you to still stay on the path that you are creating for yourself?
And you know what, I think that's a great question. I think I find inspiration in women that I meet on a day-to-day basis, women that I see maybe on some platforms, some podcasts that I listen to. So I think my inspiration is not just one person, but I think it's a multitude of people. And it could just be someone, speaking on your podcast, and I'll find inspiration from a particular conversation that you would be having that aligns with me.
Yes.
And so I always find, there's always room for improvement. And if I feel someone, has a better idea of how to do something a little bit better, I will take inspiration from that and try to make myself a little bit better every day. I mean, I find there's a lot of pressure for people to become something overnight. And I think that that's, not the way to go about things. I think it takes time. And within that, you build resilience, you build, just a different mindset of how to approach things. And I think when people ask me, in general, who's your inspiration? I find sort of inspiration again, like everywhere. So it's just sort of how you take it. But yeah, I think
that's a beautiful answer. That is a beautiful answer. Because we can still learn and be inspired every day. There's not one single thing. There's a multitude. And even, throughout my travels, I found so much hope and so much joy in meeting other women. Like you said, on the street, bumping into someone, talking to someone at a coffee shop, listening to podcasts, meeting a friend of a friend that goes, oh, wow, like she changed how I thought about this, so I 100% agree. Do you do a lot of traveling or, obviously this past year? Yes.
I did. And I hope to do more of it. But yeah, no, I think that's definitely what I align with as well. When I travel, I feel that, you open up so much to different parts of the world where
100%.
people are doing things very differently. It gets you out of this bubble. It makes you a little bit uncomfortable, makes you see how other people are facing their challenges. And then it also brings you, I find sometimes in certain situations, a sense of being humble, a sense of gratitude, and a sense of, wow, like some people go through things that you may never have to. And the fact that they can come out of it stronger, to me, that's inspiration. To me, that's like, you know what, there's always a challenge in life, and life will throw things at you, left, right, and center.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, it's sort of how you handle it and how you come through, to me, where I find, the most inspiration from.
That's wonderful. That's absolutely beautiful. Well, thank you so much. You've talked so much about your company, which I'm so excited for you and what the future has to bring with everything with Ambari Beauty. It was so lovely speaking with you today. It was like chit-chatting with just, learning something new and being inspired by you. And I, even through this little dot on our desktops, I feel, that there's connected. Yes. And I love that. And happy Vancouver. Oh my gosh. Talking to someone who's physically there brought me a lot of joy today. So thank you for joining all of us on Speaking Stellar Girl. And we will follow you and can't wait to hear of what's next.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that bell icon to be notified of new episodes. To learn more about the Stellar Girl movement, please visit us at stellargirl.com.